Prey has been out for a week now, giving myself some time to fully sit with my thoughts on the film, and now I am ready to share my ranking for every film in the Predator franchise, starting with 1987's Predator, leading all the way up to 2022's Prey. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Carter Scotland Allen. This is my film page where I talk anything and everything film related. If I'm interested, I will talk about it, as well as sharing my professional filmmaking journey. It's time to rank every single film in the Predator franchise. And coming in last place, we have Shane Black's The Predator from 2018. This is a film that has no right being as bad as it is. Even without studio meddling, I don't think Shane Black's original idea would have been any more enjoyable than what we actually got. How can someone killed by the Predator themselves in the original film miss the mark this much? And moving right along, coming in 6th place, we have 2004's Alien vs. Predator. Yes, this film is cool because we finally get to see the Xenomorph and the Predator fight it out, but the PG-13 rating absolutely demolishes this film's experience. The physical puppetry and the costumes for the Alien and the Predator itself actually look fantastic, but the plot itself isn't great, and overall the film isn't that fun. And coming in 5th place, we have our next entry in the Alien vs. Predator spin-off with Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, released in 2007. Many people put this film at the bottom of their Predator ranking, and rightfully so. This film is so dark that you spend most of the entire runtime trying to focus your eyes on whatever it is that's on screen. Now, my reasoning, though, for this film being above both 2018's The Predator and 2004's Alien vs. Predator is because this film has some gnarly kills. Yes, this film also has some things that are gross and absolutely brutal in ways that I wish I had never seen. But if I had to watch one film between Alien vs. Predator, Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, and 2018's The Predator, I would have to pick Requiem, simply because Alien vs. Predator is a boring film, and then 2018's The Predator is too hokey. It's just one long joke. It's not a good film. And moving right along, coming in 4th place, we have 2010's Predators. This film is by no means a bad film, and is actually a good, worthy sequel. It does end up a little bit lower on this list, though, due to the lack of creativity compared to the other films higher up on this list. It does overall feel like a rehash of the original, not in a terrible way. It does do some beats that probably should have been left out, but I still think it's a completely way better job than 2018's The Predator, where you have the guy saying, oh, get to the choppers and things like that. It's just, it doesn't work. Whereas, yeah, this film has some lines like that, has some corniness, and it's essentially the same film as the original, but it takes itself seriously. It adds some fun stuff to the Predator lore, and that's where I think this film is worth a watch. And moving right along to the top 3 films in the Predator franchise, coming in 3rd place, we have Predator 2. Predator 2 follows Danny Glover as a cop in LA fighting the Predator out in this urban jungle, and it's a very corny, wacky, very wild experience. You've got some awesome 80s actors, 80s faces that you will recognize and have fun with, and then the dialogue is crazy, the story itself is wild and would not hold up today, but it is an extremely fun watch, and the reason it ends up this high on this list is because it is so different from the original film. Most sequels never stray this far from the original, material. And this film is the first and only sequel to the Predator franchise at the time, so to completely switch it up like this took some real guts, and even if you don't personally love it, it's a very entertaining watch. This film is a fun, wild ride, and you can't take away from that. It is unlike any other film in the Predator franchise. Coming in 2nd place, you guys can probably guess what it is going to be. That is our newest entry with Prey, released in 2022. Prey is absolutely badass and delivered everything I didn't know I wanted from the Predator franchise. The cinematography is absolutely awesome. The visuals, the color grading, just the simplicity of it all. It showcases everything you need to see in a way where you're understanding what's going on. The kills are awesome, and it delivers some of the most brutal kills in the series. I absolutely love this film, and I would love to see this continue, possibly not following Naru, but following specifically the flintlock pistol that we see Raphael give to her, and possibly see where that leads up to, leading up all the way to Predator 2. I actually do think this is a better film than the original Predator. I do think this is a better quality film, a better made film. Even if some people have some gripes with these CGI animals, I think this is a better made film than the original Predator. But my reasoning for this film still being under the original Predator is you wouldn't have that enjoyment for this film had you not had that pre-existing enjoyment of the original Predator. I grew up with the original Predator, therefore I was very excited for this film. I had high hopes for this film, and even then it blew those hopes out of the water. I was so genuinely happy with this film, and I can't wait to see if they're going to do a sequel. I would absolutely love it. And let's not waste any more time. Coming in at the very first place spot, the best Predator film of all time has to be the original 1987's Predator. This film is simple and is badass 80s action. The dialogue is overall mostly okay, even for today's standards. There's some stuff that's a little cringy, but the kills are fun, the visuals are fun, the way that the Predator looks is absolutely badass and creepy and terrifying. When I watched this as a kid, I wasn't like, scared, but I was like, I don't want to see that thing in the jungle. The whole crew is fantastic, and these shootouts are super entertaining, especially as a kid. Predator's one of those films that I could sit down and watch every single second of and be thoroughly entertained, thoroughly engaged, and not want to get up at all. Or this is one of those films where I could be writing a review and just having it on in the background, or cleaning, or working, whatever it may be. It's just one of those films that I love, and I will always have an attachment to the original Predator. I watched this film a ton as a kid, and with Prey being as good as it was, I now have a glimmer of hope for the Predator franchise. Who knows? Maybe we'll even get a film where the Predator finally wins. But either way, I do really love the Predator and enjoy most of the franchise. But that is my ranking for all 7 Predator films in the Predator franchise so far. Let me know your personal ranking down in the comments below. I'm Carter Scotland Allen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you like movie-related content. I will also be doing reviews for Nope as well as Bodies, Bodies coming soon on my channel. Stay tuned for that, as well as reviews for the entire Halloween franchise. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'm Carter Scotland Allen, and I will see you guys in my next movie-related video. Peace.